Okay. Good morning, everybody.
Hey, I keep trying that code. It tells me to put my driver's license there, and I don't have
So Kaya's here today. You know what we're cooking today, Kaya? It's kind of like a bean dip.
I was wondering if I can.
Yeah, it's hummus. Hummus is similar to bean dip. So we're gonna do hummus two different ways today. One way we're gonna do it with garbanzo beans or chickpeas, kind of like the classic way. The second way is we're gonna do it with white beans. So we're gonna do two different hummus recipes. We got plenty of veggies to eat with our hummus. We got some naan bread. You could also do pita bread or crackers. So that's what we're going to be making today. We're staying on theme with the month of May being Mediterranean month. So hummus is kind of a Mediterranean dish. When I was researching it, there's kind of a lot of back and forth about where hummus originated. Some people say Egypt, some people say the Middle East, some people say the Mediterranean. So it's just a common food in all of those cuisines. And you can do all different flavors. So we're doing a classic hummus today, and then the white bean hummus has like rosemary. So that one's a little bit different, but you can get all kinds of hummus. You can do roasted red pepper hummus. You can do artichoke hummus, jalapeno hummus, Kalamata olive hummus. Like there's so many different kinds of hummus, pumpkin hummus. So to get started, we're first gonna make some tahini. And tahini is kind of a main component of hummus. And basically what tahini is sesame seed peanut butter. So it's sesame seeds that's like ground down into like a paste, kind of like peanut butter kind of texture. And so that gives hummus sort of the classic taste that it has, that sesame. If you don't want to make your own tahini, you can always purchase it already made. Or you can use sesame oil as an alternative to still get that flavor. Okay, so we need 1 cup of sesame seeds. And I have this skillet here and I have it on low. I'm just gonna saute these sesame seeds dry so there's no oil or anything until they kind of get a light coloring, about 3 to 5 minutes. So this recipe for tahini makes about a 1/2 cup. And we're gonna use 1/4 cup for the regular hummus and 1/4 cup for the white bean hummus. All right, so we got about a cup on there. We're just gonna saute those for about 5 minutes or so. So we're gonna just saute those. And then we'll put them in the blender, and then we'll add some olive oil, and then we'll add a little bit of salt, and then we'll have our tahini done. In the meantime, we'll start dicing up our veggies that we're going to eat with our hummus. So we can either do these as like sticks, because we're going to dip them like this if you want. We could just do slices too, like with the cucumber, if you want to just do slices. And then I also got radishes too. We'll do radishes, and then the lemon is for the actual hummus. And so sesame seeds, you can also get like black kind. So I saw someone had a recipe for like a Halloween hummus where they made pumpkin hummus, and they did black sesame seeds for their tahini. So it was like black and orange. So you can do different kinds of sesame seeds. But sesame seeds are great because just like any other nuts and seeds, they have a lot of those heart healthy fats in them. That have cholesterol lowering effects, and they also have calcium and magnesium, which are good for our bones and for making sure that our blood pressure is at a healthy level. So sesame seeds and eating more nuts and seeds are a great way to improve your heart health and just overall health in general. I'm going to drain and rinse our beans. So draining and rinsing beans or any canned food really, can help reduce the sodium or salt content by at least 40%. And I did get low sodium beans, garbanzo beans and white beans, but I still like to drain and rinse them. You just gotta keep an eye on these because I have burned them before, not paying attention. Alright, so We're just gonna let these cool down a little bit. Then we'll add them to the blender. Yep, put the lid on. And we're gonna blend that for about a minute. It kind of makes like a thick, crumbly paste. So this isn't even the hummus yet. This is the tahini. We're gonna add some olive oil. Just wanted to scrape down the sides a little bit. So we're gonna do, you wanna do this part? We're gonna do like 2 or 3, hold it over here, tablespoons of olive oil. So there's 1. There's 2. There's 3. And we'll add a little bit of salt. And we'll stick this guy back on and blend it again, and we'll see if it's the right consistency. Yeah. Looks pretty good. So it's gonna be like, kind of like a paste. It's kind of liquidy, but not like too liquidy. That's what it tastes like. So I'm gonna scrape some of this around. Do it again because I see some sesame seeds in there that haven't been blended. But it is the right texture, so I'm gonna just run it a little bit longer as I kind of scrape some of this to the side. So we'll scrape this out, put it in a bowl, then we'll get our hummus ready. Hummus kind of a nice brown paste. Alright, so which one do you want to make first, Kiowa? The regular hummus or the white bean rosemary hummus?
The white bean hummus.
White bean hummus first?
Yeah.
Okay. We will do that. All you do is add everything to the blender and then you blend it up. Okay, so we are gonna do 2 cans of white beans. So you can dump both cans of white beans in there. We're gonna do a 1/4 cup of tahini. Dump this guy in there. Oop, spilling. Then we're gonna do, you wanna fill this up with water? We'll do a 1/4 cup of water, or you could do vegetable broth. Or we gotta chop up our garlic. We'll do 3 tablespoons of balsamic vinegar. So balsamic vinegar is from Italy. That's where it's traditionally made and originates. It's fermented grapes. And they press and ferment the grapes in wooden barrels. And that's how it kind of gets that dark, vinegary that it is. And balsamic vinegar is really great for your cholesterol levels too, and for preventing heart disease. It can prevent the stiffening and hardening of your arteries, and it can help lower your cholesterol level. We'll do 3 tablespoons of this guy. So that big spoon there, we're gonna do 3 of these. 3. Perfect. Alright, so then we just have to do the rosemary. So, Kyle, what I want you to do with the rosemary is get that tablespoon, okay? And I want you to peel these little parts off and fill this spoon up, okay? We want 1 tablespoon of rosemary, so we're just gonna fill that guy up. And then we'll do 2 cloves of garlic, and that's all we need, because you added the water in there, right?
Yeah, I did.
Alright. That looks pretty good to me. I'm gonna dump it in here. Perfect. Okay, then we just gotta blend that up. beans you may have. You don't want to just eat them how they are. You can put hummus on salads. You can put them on your sandwich instead of like mayo. You can just eat them with veggies and bread like we're going to do today. I'm just going to scrape down the sides a little bit. Make sure everything gets mixed in nice. Alright. Put it in a bowl, see how it turned out. So hummus you can store in your fridge overnight if you're going to make it ahead of time, and it kind of makes it nice so that all the flavors have time to like settle and like mix together. So we'll just store ours in the fridge while we're making our other hummus. Yeah, thanks, Kyla. But you could do this similar sort of technique even if you're not going to necessarily make hummus, but like a bean dip with like pinto beans or whatever. Just add a little oil or water, whatever seasonings you want to add, and then just blend it up, and it's like a bean dip. You can eat it with chips, you can eat it with veggies, put it on tacos. So it's just another fun way to get beans in. And beans are great. Beans have a lot of fiber, which helps lower our cholesterol levels. It keeps our digestive tract, our stomach and intestines healthy. It also, fiber helps us stay full for longer. And just studies on people that eat a lot of beans or eat beans on a regular basis, they tend to weigh less. Their blood pressure tends to be under control. Their diabetes and blood sugar tend to be under control. So beans are really excellent foods to eat. Okay, so I'm just gonna rinse out this blender before we do the next hummus. So I'm just gonna stick this in the fridge. Also, a lot of times hummus, so everyone can kind of see what it looks like, they typically will like put some paprika on the top just for show. So we'll add a little bit to ours. Make it look nice and pretty. What you think? Looks good?
Yep.
Smells good. So this is what we got so far. All right, next hummus. You want to rinse this out for me, Kiowa, and we'll start on the next one? All right, wait, here you go. We almost did the same mistake again. Yep, so do that can. I'll get the tahini ready. Yeah, don't cut yourself. Quarter cup of tahini again.
This one?
So I saved that one just in case we need to add more beans. So this one we're only doing 1 can.
Oh.
But we can add more if we don't like the texture or something.
Oh,
All right,
it's
dump that guy.
fine.
It's fine.
It's fine.
I'm gonna just add the last of this. Okay, and then we're gonna do 1 clove of garlic. We'll do 2 tablespoons of olive oil. We'll do that fresh lemon. So we got rosemary out there. 2 tablespoons of olive oil. You want to squeeze the lemon in there and just make sure you don't get any seeds in there, okay? So put your hand up under it. Oh yeah, take the seeds out. Okay, so we'll do the other lemon in there too. And then we're going to do a little bit of cumin in this one, about half a teaspoon. Just a little bit. Not too much. We'll do a couple tablespoons of water. A little bit of salt. And then we just blend it up. So we got chickpeas in there, we got our lemon, we got tahini, we got our garlic, we got olive oil, we got cumin, salt, water. All right. blender, like we did, or you could do it in a food processor, whatever you have, just kind of get it all mashed up, blend it together. So now, just gonna do the same as the other one. Put a little paprika on top. Make it all pretty. Alright, we didn't even have to use this other can. So we got our veggies. Kiowa did all of our veggies diced up. So we got some cucumber to dip in. We got carrots. We got radishes. I bought some naan, so I have the oven set at 250 degrees. I'm just gonna heat these up really quick and then kind of dice them into, or chop them up into smaller pieces, and then we'll be ready to eat. So you could do pita bread with these guys. Like I said, you could put this on hummus on a sandwich instead of like mayonnaise. Tastes pretty good. I do veggie sandwiches sometimes with hummus because the hummus, like the beans, you get protein from, so you don't even have to put deli meat on there. Yeah. So that's it. So here's our final product. We have our traditional hummus right here, our white bean, rosemary, balsamic vinegar hummus. We have some naan, some cucumbers and carrots and radishes. So we're gonna be snacking on this.